Hello, motherfuckers. It's your boy, Andy Leo. Welcome to episode 1. Maybe not, though. Maybe episode 0, or the prologue, maybe, of Going Rogue with Andy Leo. I'm fucking smiling so big because I'm finally doing this, and I wanted to do it for so long. But I've been putting off the idea of the podcast for the same reasons I think anybody will not do things that they want to do or say they want to do, but don't follow through with. I was worried about what people would think, what I would even say. But it's 2019, and we're getting bigger, we're getting badder, we're moving up in the world. Let's fucking go. The point of the podcast was that I've been touring the world now for almost 10 years, and it didn't dawn on me as like a real thing. Well, not as a real thing, but as something that I've been doing for so long, until I was at a restaurant the other day, and a dude walked by and was heading out and stopped and was like, "Yo, dude, big fan. Used to listen to you guys back in the day." And I was like, "Great, thank you." Took the compliment. He walked out. But after I was thinking about it, I was like, used to, like, as if I'm like an old grandpa. I've been doing it for 10 years. I'm 24 years old. But seeing how quickly time flies is something scary. And the more time you sit and wait for the right opportunity to take the leap is when things never happen. You hear people that had these could have moments or almost, and people are scared to kind of go for it. And so I figured, why not start this and introduce you guys to some really interesting people that I've met over the years, whether it's musicians, comedians, fighters, photographers, all kinds. I've met models, porn stars, like anything. I live in LA now, and it's one of the plus sides of being out here is you get to kind of meet all kinds of people that are doing things off the beaten path. And I think this last year was pretty rough in the sense that I kind of recessed into myself and like alienated everybody, and was kind of in this pissy kind of attitude towards this amazing opportunity that I had to live my dream. I was more concerned and more fascinated by meeting people and having these kind of single like doses of friendship or experiences. And it's not like you don't have connections with people. There were genuinely real friendships that I've kind of had, and they've flourished since then. And I think that by doing this, I can share some really, really unique perspectives on stuff. It's hard to not be discouraged with the way that the internet and / world has kind of been structured for us. It sucks the life out of you. And fortunately, I've been able to live my dream and do this stuff. And people, like, for example, I don't have a car. I Uber literally everywhere. I've had maybe 1,000, 10,000. I can count. I have no number for you, but I think the same situation applies, is that everybody kind of has a unique story. Everybody has at least one lesson, or they know something that you don't know that could be useful to you, especially in a city full of people all trying to make it in their own respective industries. Today, for example, on the way home now, I had a guy who was a sculptor for special effects for movies. And he actually helped on a Netflix movie called The Ritual. And it's a great movie. Just side note, so sick. I don't know if you guys love H.P. Lovecraft or anything, but we ended up getting into a conversation about strange fiction and the feeling of insignificance that H.P. Lovecraft kind of made into the world of sci-fi and tons of things that I've been influenced by, that not directly and indirectly, that it turns out, and also that, you know, basically everybody's doing shit that's off the beaten path out here, and people define themselves by like the weirdest ways, you know, like we get to choose what we put in our biographies or whatever the bio for all the social media stuff. Like, you decide how you want to define yourself, and I think it's really fascinating to see how we love to kind of put ourselves in little boxes, you know, vegan, you know, like pansexual, or just the job itself. Like, I'm not knocking anybody for any of those things. I'm just saying it's bizarre that nobody cares who you fuck, nobody cares about your diet, really. But I think the biggest lesson that I've gotten over these last few years is to challenge myself to be something bigger than what I am in this moment. You know, just because I've only lived my life one type of way doesn't mean that I can expand and grow into something that's something bigger. And I think that everybody whether or not you actually want to go for it, or if you just want to hear fun stories, I think maybe just hearing these words, hearing the experiences of these people and what they did to get there, the steps they took, the sacrifices they made, might inspire somebody to, you know, do the same for themselves, you know. So with that, ask yourself, are you happy with how you define yourself? And if you're not, what are we gonna do about it? That's the point that I'm trying to make. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life either, and I've been doing like this for so long. So let's learn together. Let's start this fucking journey, and I can't wait to do this with you guys. Let's go.